Hello, my friends. So, a few of you have asked me, well, not on this app, but in real life, a few of my friends and colleagues have asked me, what is Dungeons and Dragons? At its very core, it is cooperative storytelling. There's the DM, the Dungeon Master, the narrator, which is the role I'll be playing, who creates the world and narrates the story on, and usually plays all the characters, excepting the primary character of each player. Then we have the players. Each player creates their own character. They might have a barbarian, or a spellcaster, or a sorcerer, or a monk, or something. Now, they play their character and they have full agency of their characters, what their characters would do. They know their characters' backstories and know everything about their characters. Now, it's very simple. We're telling a story and the DM creates this world and we go through the story. So where is it if it's a game, if we're telling stories? Because there are rules. Here, let me show you. So here we have a rule book. Thick hardcover rule book with bunches of things in it. And rules and tables and so forth and so on. And how everything should be set up. And as a character gets stronger and more powerful, what can they do, what can't they do, and all that. So though the player will choose the character and dictate the choices are based on the previous components of their history and their choices of character. For example, a spellcaster can't suddenly be a master of swords, but they can learn new spells and new way of doing things. The same as a barbarian who's big and strong with weapons may not be good at spells. Maybe they learn new ways or new flourishes or double weapon swords. Very interesting indeed. So, every character has rules. The world has rules to give the characters and the players choices. And as they go through this world, they may come across different other components. For example, they may come across a monster and they have to fight their way out of a forest. So we have here our monster manual. And in here, your DM, in my case me, will find an interesting monster, learn their stats, and then the players come across this monster and they have to fight the monster. So how do they fight the monster? So every character and monster, every creature, every being, every component of the world has different stats. And based on your character stats, for example, if you've got a strength of 10, you can break something of 9 or less. But it's not quite as simple. We also use dice. A lot of interesting shaped dice here. Let me just see. We have what we call a D20. This is our primary die that we use. So we've got our player. He's got a strength of 10. The door he wants to break down is a strength of 15. That means he's going to have to take his die and he's going to have to roll his die 5 or greater. So if he can roll a 6 or 7 on this, plus his own strength of 10, that gives him a strength of 17, overcoming the strength of the door. And that's basically it. There's the scientist guy, the guy who's investigating a body. There's something in that body. There's a secret that he must reveal. His insight or his intelligence or his wisdom has a number. And with that number, say for example, he's got a insight of 5, and the secret in the body will only reveal itself on a 12. That means he has to roll a 7 or more on his die. So 7 plus 5 gives him 12. And that will allow him to see the clue on the body, for example. But just achieving the number will mean, yes, there's a clue there, but you're not sure what it's doing. But then if you roll something like, I don't know, a 15 or maybe even the glorious 20, you were able to not only find the clue, understand the clue, but see significance and be able to use it to forward the story more. And as me, the DM, the narrator, I will give the information based on their role and their combination so that they can get better things. So Dungeons and Dragons is cooperative storytelling. The DM is the narrator, the players each play their characters, and everything in the world has certain stats. And using die and the stats will help guide the story down the path. And that, in a nutshell, is Dungeons and Dragons.